Good morning, everyone. Treasure Troller here. It's been a while, but hey, Alone is back on. I'm a little late with this one. We're doing the preseason pick. We're going over the contestants. What their weaknesses are in this. I almost missed it. I didn't realize it was starting tonight, which is kind of sucks. But it shouldn't be too bad because all two of you will see the video tonight or today, hopefully. So we're going to go over the contestants and we're going to assign them an Orphan Factor. So if you haven't been with us in the Alone series, the beginning of each season, we go through the contestants and I assign them Orphan Factors. Orphan Factor is, to me, the ultimate Alone player is going to be an orphan. No ties or attachments to home. No husband, wife, and or girlfriend, boyfriend, no kids. Basically, a loner is the only one that can. That is the peak Alone contestant. Now, there is one exception to the Orphan Factor. It goes from 10 to 1. 1 being the best you can get. 10 is the worst. So the only thing that supersedes the Orphan Factor is in the first couple of shows where they have the contestant at home and then they're telling their family goodbye. If the wife, husband, boyfriend, and or boyfriend, girlfriend say to them, if you tap out because you're homesick, I'm filing for divorce or I'm leaving you, that immediately puts them at the 1 Orphan Factor. So there is that one thing in there. So we can get started now. This year is a little bit wacky because they're going to be in South Africa in the desert. So that got to play a little bit in. We've not had that. So this could be a real shot in the dark here with our contestants. So we're going to first start out with Pablo. Pablo is 55. He lives in Florida. He does a lot of survival stuff, and he loves the swamp. And so swamp survival is going to really transition well into desert survival. Can't wait for this guy. He's going to be like a fish out of water. And he has family and a fiance. He's also 55 years old, which I'll probably say more than once, and I apologize, but being up there in age and heat, they're just two factors that are really difficult to overcome. So we're going to give Pablo an Orphan Factor of 8, which means probably not going to be lasting long. Now we got Colton. He's 35 from Montana. Once again, yeah, the warm summers and the frigid cold winters of Montana, all that snow. I watched that, whatever that was, 1935 or whatever the hell, all those shows. We know what Montana winters can be like. So I'm sure that's going to transition well into the desert. And he has a girlfriend. So he's not that attached, because we all know that if a single guy wins alone, he's dumping the girlfriend. I mean, probably when they get the helicopter ride as they're heading back to base camp, he's probably already telling her that I've had a lot of time and space to think about things in the future, and I don't quite see you in it. But coming from Montana, we're going to give him an Orphan Factor of 5. Kind of in the middle of the road. And then we have Will Lamb. He's 34. He's from Texas. The guy's got a lot going for him. He does. but then there's that one that always suckers him into tapping out. So he's like this exotic animal farmer, which is cool. More importantly, he likes the show, or was inspired by Jeremiah Johnson. Now that is one of Treasure Troller's 3 top movies. So in case you're wondering what the other 2 are, is Mountain Men with Charlton Heston and Brian Keith, and Outlaw Josie Wales. So the guy's got good taste in movies. But the problem with Jeremiah, and he's from Texas, he's way down there in Laredo, so pretty arid type weather he's in. He's got that going for him, but he's married with a 1-year-old son. That's just, my son, he's almost 2, and I'm just never going to get this time back, these 30 or 40 days. We all see it coming. As good of a prospect he is, married with a 1-year-old son. Orphan Factor 7. Then we have Kelsey. Kelsey is from Montana. She's 35. And she's a horse trainer. But she's from Montana. These people don't know what desert living is like. But she has, well, I guess Colton got the 5. We did give Kelsey an Orphan Factor of 6. And then we have Baja from Ontario, Canada. Now, Baja is from Kakistan. I know I'm not pronouncing it right, or there's 2 that are very close together. But he's got military survival. He's from the former Soviet Union. He came over here. He does have a family. He's got 2 kids that look like they're either teenager or preteen. Lives off he homesteads. And we're going to give him an Orphan Factor of 4. Now, if it's Kakistan, if it's actually Kakistan, that's where he's from. There's a great vlog out there from Bald and Bankrupt about sneaking into the, you could say Russia's Kennedy Space Center is located in Kakistan. And he snuck into this abandoned facility and got into the building that housed the Buran, which was the Soviet version of the space shuttle. It's a great movie. It's a great YouTube vlog. Bald and Bankrupt is a great vlogger. So I think you could probably just do a Bald and Bankrupt Buran and get the video. It's great. And he's with his Belarusian side chick, Alinchek. Alinchek, I think that's what her name is. But anyways, we're going to give Baja an Orphan Factor of 4. Then we have Douglas, 57, North Carolina. Yeah, he's kind of studied primitive skills. I think he likes to whittle stuff. So we already know he's going to, run the knife the wrong way, cut his thumb open. But age and heat, Orphan Factor of 8. Orphan Factor of 8. Then we have Doug, not Dub, Doug, D-U-G. 54 in New Hampshire. He appears to be single and studied a lot of anthropology and primitive living and all that kind of stuff. So he's got the book experience. Give him an Orphan Factor of 5. Nathan, he's 52. He's from Idaho. Once again, out there. But he's a little bit different. He's got a wife. He's got a kind of a blended family of 10 kids and 2 grandchildren. Tell me you're going to tap out first without telling me you're going to tap out first. So Nathan, we give him an Orphan Factor of 9.5. Then we have Jit. He's from New Zealand. He's 35, single but has a girlfriend. He's as close to living in this environment as anyone, and that's would be the next one, Katie. And because he doesn't have any kids, he's lived near or close to this type of environment. He's 35 years old. We're giving him an Orphan Factor of 2. And then last on the list is Katie from Australia, who's a survival skills instructor. And she's a sturdy gal. So we're not going to have to worry too much about losing 10 pounds and having to be taken out that way. Very sturdy. Gave her an Orphan Factor of 3. So the picks, and we're going maybe slightly off with the Orphan Factor, just slightly. I mean, if it's the Orphan Factor, it's Jit, followed by Katie. And then we got Baja. But my pick is going to be Baja. Former Soviet Union, kind of stoic, live with pain. Pain makes you stronger. And he's strong like bull. Kids shouldn't be that big of a factor. I'm going Baja to win. I got Katie coming in second. And I got Jit in third. So the foreigners, the group from former Soviet Union guy, is going to take this one down. The Kakistanian. That's who I have taken it, Baja, followed by Katie and Jit. So that is our Orphan Factor rundown. Barely got it in time, and I still got to upload it. And then, edit the pictures in with it. So hopefully we get this in before the show premieres. We got a little bit of time. I shouldn't have did this to myself and rushed it. But that's what I ended up doing. So that's it. So after tonight is episode 1. So we'll cover episode 1. And let's see if anybody says they're going to file for divorce if you tap out because you're homesick. I'm waiting for that. We know we've made it to the big time if we get that. But, the History Channel isn't a big fan of Treasure Troller after what I did to the Civil War Gold show. I'm not I'm not highly looked upon with the History Channel. Something we have to overcome. It's been a long time, History Channel. I'm like Adam the Woo trying to get into Universal now. Trying to get History Channel to overlook my transgression of that shit show they put on and calling them out on it. And getting a little bit of acknowledgement. So that's what we're hoping for. Little acknowledgement from the History Channel. Even if it's, you were right about the Civil War Gold show, Treasure Troller. Just to let us know we're in their good graces. So with that, hopefully we'll have a vlog tomorrow if I can watch the show. But that's about it. Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.